Are you ready to have the best year in 2022? I'm going to give you 6 habits to stop doing ASAP so that you can be on your way. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I post new content relating to women's health, hormones, and holistic health. All right, guys, we are well into the new year now. I'm excited for 2022. I know so many of us have had kind of a rough go for the last couple years at least. I know 2021 was rough for so many people, and it was hard to just kind of keep our head above water for a lot of it. And so a lot of us went into survival instead of thriving, just kind of trying to make it through, which I totally understand that. But I want to give you a list today of 6 things to really kind of start thinking about. See if you do these things, start being conscious and self-aware of them so that you can have a good year. Okay, number 1 is stop ignoring the time factor in our success. We live in a society, rise of instant gratification, and social media is showing before and afters and transformations, and we don't see any of the sacrifice, any of the work, anything in between there. We just see before and after, point A to point B without any of that. And I think nothing in life that I have ever done has been fast. I definitely can attribute to health, body image, body composition, mental health, kind of working through personal development, my business growth, parenting. All of these things just definitely take time. And a lot of things that I mentioned, I just call life's work. Working on your mental health, your personal development, parenting, keeping it up with building your business, keeping up with working on your health. These things are just things that we have to do consistently, and there may not be an end point. And so I want to remind you to find joy in the journey somehow, settle in, and just kind of keep working toward your goals. Don't get caught up in, thinking that everything needs to happen fast. If weight loss specifically is a goal for you right now, realize that it's not going to be fast, especially if it's done right. We all can do the crash diets, we all can do the fad things where you're losing 10 pounds a month, but most of us have done that over and over and over, and hence why we are still in the same position. The other thing is, I know a lot of you are entrepreneurs who watch this, or career business oriented, and that too just takes so long. And I think it's always important to go back and kind of celebrate our successes. Remember where we came from. If you are feeling like you're not far enough ahead or where you think you should be, remind yourself of where you came from. And lastly with this, don't compare yourself to other people. I know that it's really, really difficult to, but always check your mental space before you hop on social media, because we all know we're going to see some sort of transformation photo, whether it's our bodies or our business or a home. People put these beautiful staged homes on Instagram all the time and social media that look beautiful, and maybe if you're not feeling good mentally in your own life, it's not the best thing to look at. Okay, number 2, stop feeling guilty about deprioritizing people who are not prioritizing you. I think that this is a big one where we feel, especially for us people pleasers out there and goodists and do-gooders, I totally am with you on that. It's really hard, but remember to put a similar amount of energy into each relationship that you're getting back from it. If you are constantly the one that's giving, and you're not getting much back from that, that might be a relationship that you want to step back with. Stop putting so much energy and obligation forth, because you're probably not getting as much back. And it could be leading you into some toxic thoughts, some toxic habits, and just energy depletion as a whole. Number 3 is action over anxiety. I found this hashtag in 2019 when I was working with a business coach, and felt pretty consistently overwhelmed most of the time. I was constantly overwhelmed with juggling business, my practice at the time, my kids, my health, all of the different things. And one thing that really helped me was just thinking about this action over anxiety. I think a lot of us, just feel like sometimes we have so much coming at us. We feel so much overwhelmed. There's so much stuff to do that we just kind of freeze, and we just kind of sit there and we're like, I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm panicked. I can't do this. This is stressful. But remind yourself, action over anxiety. Pick the things that you need to do first. Prioritize what needs to be done first. Take the things off the list that don't absolutely need to be done and either delete them or delegate them to somebody else. And then remind yourself, just start chipping away at things instead of just sitting there kind of in that freeze response. Just start chipping away at things, and that anxiety will start to dissipate with motion and action. Number 4 is stop selling yourself short. Be authentic. Again, in a world of so much social media, so much comparison, all of those different things, I think a lot of us just in general feel like we maybe are imposters, we maybe aren't as good as we want to be or good enough. Maybe we feel like, we have shortcomings, which we all do have shortcomings. And so a lot of us feel less than. I think that's a pretty consistent kind of emotion and feeling amongst women, at least. And I think men feel the same thing, to be honest. But I talk to women for the most part, so I'm going to go with women. But I want to remind you that you have unique talents, you have unique personality characteristics, you have unique thoughts, you have unique abilities, all of these things. So fully step into yourself this year. Shed the societal expectations and the norms and the comparison and all of those different things that are holding us back. And I encourage you to, when you start to feel those things, remind yourself to step into yourself authentically and let the world see exactly who you are. Number 5 is starting and stopping new habits. So I kind of struggled with saying habits in this one because habits are things that are easy. And I know habits, we've talked about this before, habits are kind of a buzzword, kind of a new thing, but starting and stopping our healthy lifestyle. If you are one person who consistently starts over on Monday or starts over at the new holiday or starts over on your birthday or starts over on New Year's, remind yourself, keep chipping away at these habits, kind of going back to number 1, or these goals, these action items, because you will continuously get further ahead in where you want to go. You don't have to push and be, full force 100% of the time. We have to learn when to kind of push ourselves and when to pause ourselves when our bodies need that break. We always do. But stop starting over all the time. Just consistently work toward your goal and you will make progress. And lastly, number 6 is not honoring our body. So this is so many different aspects of life, right? So this can be with food, with movement, with exercise, with relationships, with sleep, with personal development, with mental health. It can be in so many different ways. But if you consistently feel like you're swimming upstream, resisting life, you are constantly filling your body with toxic food, and not that you have to do this 100% of the time. I'm definitely a fan of moderation with food, but if you're consistently, feeling puffy and bloated and waking up feeling headachy and brain fog and just not feeling good, start honoring your body with vegetables and lean protein and healthy fats and adequate water with electrolytes, and see how different you can feel. Make sure that you move your body in some way. I think there's a lot of emphasis on these formal workouts where we do, 30 to 45 minutes or whatever of Orange Theory or working out or lifting or cardio or whatever. But if that's not what you want to do, then just walk, just move throughout the day. And I think a lot of people, anyways, if you do work out, you can't just sit on your butt the rest of the day. You have to get up and move throughout the day anyways. So get up and move. Drink water with electrolytes, like I mentioned. Get sleep. Prioritize that. Work on your mental health. If you're constantly feeling extremely anxious or depressed or overwhelmed or irritable or angry or any of those things, seek out help for that, whether it's through someone like myself, a mental health professional, a naturopathic doctor, your primary care physician, somebody. Seek out help to kind of work through some of these mental health issues for you. And honor your experience, honor your body. It's the one that you get throughout this life. It's the vessel that we have to kind of explore, have fun, go through this life. And so remember to honor it in as many ways as you can. I hope that these were helpful for you. These are just some 6 things that I really have just saw as themes for so many people, myself included. I've struggled with a lot of these things in various areas of my life or various time frames, and so I hope that you guys kind of got something from this and are going to take a couple of these at least and be like, okay, she's right, I need to start, doing this for 2022, and just kind of making our life a little bit more enhanced and working through some things. So again, if you have not hit the subscribe button, go ahead and click that subscribe button to be notified anytime I post new content relating to women's health, hormones, or holistic health. And if you have friends and family that you feel like could benefit from this information, please share it with them as well. And lastly, I have a free guide called 6 Evidence-Based Habits for Healthy Hormones. If this is the year for you that you're like, I'm sick of my hormones, I'm sick of feeling weird periods and insomnia and anxiety and fatigue and hot flashes, all the different hormonal symptoms that we talk about here, free guide for you, alliedamron.com/habits. You can download it right now and find a couple habits to start working on that will help support your hormones.